What it do? What it do? Part two. But hopefully everything is good. Not lagging for y'all. Hopefully I sound good. But yeah, that was bad on my end. The connection was kind of bad, but we back. So yeah, man. Welcome to the show, Maz. This is the Beyond the Scoreboard podcast, my new channel. If you don't know me, I've been on my first sports podcast page, the JJ Sports Talk Show. I guess my little introductory is I'm Big J, Jordan, Jean Louis. I got my boy Maz. If y'all didn't hear the first part of the show, last night I partnered with my boy Lennon. He's a sports writer that I worked with previously, like about a year ago, and the Beyond the Sports podcast or Beyond the Scoreboard podcast page for the sports page is up. It's called the Beyond the Sports .org or .blog. No, so yeah, the link to the to that page is Beyond the Scoreboard .blog. Fairly new site. We're gonna start if you're a sports writer, you feel like covering games, talking about teams, covering teams. Looking for good writers, good experienced writers for the page. And if you want to be a guest on the show, just email me at beyond the scoreboard 233@gmail.com. But yeah, if y'all don't know Maz, man, y'all showed he's everywhere. He has his own show. He's been on my show, the JJ Sports Talk Show. But yeah, Maz, welcome to the show. First show, kind of like a full circle. How you doing, man?
Jay, I appreciate you having me, man. And you flattered me with that introduction. I do feel like I've been kind of all over the place, but also just starting out as well. But yeah, co-host of the Maz and Bads show, sports talk show, getting after it. Still calling games for New Jersey basketball and football and stuff, trying to get to that next level. I appreciate you, talking about coming full circle. I appreciate you choosing me as the first guest for this new endeavor, bro. Anything you need, I got you. First podcast I ever was on was the JJL Sports Talk Show, bro. Those were great days, man.
We all messed up titles, man.
Jay, I swear to God, you're putting out a new podcast every other damn week. So it's like, between that, keeping it a J, and now here we are.
Baltimore beat down with Big J.
Jay, every time I turn around, you got a new project. But I do appreciate you calling me to be the first guest of this new endeavor, which I wish you the best of luck on. If there's anything you need, you let me know.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I mean, the JJ Sports Talk Show, it's not gonna die. It's not gonna go away. I might just merge it. But I will be honest to my viewers, whoever is watching. I'm probably gonna have more attention to this show. Obviously because it's new, has no subscribers yet, but it's okay. That's a goal to get subscribers. But I have the website for this show. I did have a separate website back in the day, which I still use for web articles, but I'm kind of gonna dedicate this more often, more consistently. Not saying I might just merge it with the JJ Sports Talk Show to have kind of bring those subscribers in. I do have 2 Discords, one for the JJ Sports Talk Show, one for the Scoreboard. But again, I'll be probably putting my more attention to the Scoreboard one for now. I'll have to build that up. But obviously with the network and with the whole website up, I'm probably gonna be having my focus on this network than the JJ Sports Talk. I'll probably go on there here and there. I'm probably gonna merge when I go live, but you can share it to different pages. I'm gonna probably share it to that page too. But yeah, I'm taking this one more seriously as far as building this network, getting writers, getting people, getting guests, trying to find a solid co-host, to help me run it. But obviously natural subscribers are hard to get, but it's fun because but we here. But I do want to let y'all know that the JJ Sports Talk, it's not going to go away. It's not going to go away. I'm not going to delete it because I built, partnered with somebody to make a logo and all that, and they worked hard on that. But yeah, we here now. But I want to I want to focus on this network, Beyond the Scoreboard podcast, where we cover the NBA. My goal is to get some maybe get some athletes, not big athletes, start small. Eventually on the show, get some guests on here, build a network. But yeah, I'm excited, man. Like you said, you're the first person I hit up to be a guest because dude, man, we were pushing out episodes like crazy, man, and the content was good and everything. And I ain't gonna lie, like I wasn't getting I mean, it's hard to do a podcast by yourself, solo.
Yeah, dude,
you know me.
It's really hard, dude. Like I gotta shout out my guys, like Charlie Badwini, Ancophone, like dude, it's without them. Like without them, like holding down like jobs and stuff, like it's hard doing this, bro. Like my job's easy. Like they ask me to come up, they throw me like the topics, like I just get after it. But those are the guys, they really make the magic work, So like, dude, it's hard just getting after it like solo. Like it is crucial to have like a team. Like Charlie handles like a lot of our social media, bro. Because like I am just a schmuck when it comes to social media, bro. You're
never on social media.
I chose the wrong industry, if I'm being 100 with you, bro, because like everything has just become so social where it's like, I grew up in the era of like sports talk radio was like heavy, like it, ESPN was heavy, but like obviously people like I'm from the time of Facebook, Jay, for crying out loud. Like I remember when Instagram came out, I was like, I didn't even want it, bro. I was so late to Instagram, like I was late to Twitter, like I didn't want to deal with any of it, bro. And honestly, just because like let's be honest, like social media, like it can do wonders for a brand, but it's also like you got to have some thick skin with it too, because sometimes people are just out there like they just talking just to talk, bro. Like I don't even know if they believe what they're saying, but like, yeah, I'm not the biggest social media guy, but shout out Charlie Badwini for all that he does, and Ant, producing and contributing to like the show the way that he does. Like those are my guys, and I couldn't do it without them, honestly. Like I think building a team, building a core, and like that's key to like the success. But like, and it's hard too because podcasting don't pay at the beginning, especially when you got like a brand new setup going on, or even if your setup's been going for like a couple of years. Like it's hard building a fan base, so like we hear out of the passion for it, working on the craft and hopefully getting to that level. But bro, it's hard. So I do wish you the best of luck in this endeavor. And like I said, if you need anything, you let me know. If I can get it done, I'll get it done.
Yeah. And like you said, like 5 minutes, like 2 minutes ago, like you said, like it's hard doing it. Like when you're working, like I mean, I work at CarMax, so like my schedule is like 11 to 8, 9 to 6. So like I sleep in, but then again, 11 to 8, I'm there like from sunrise, basically when the sun goes down. I mean, obviously, like summertime, starting to get lighter out later on, but it's and just staying consistent. Like I ain't gonna lie, like I used to go live like for the JJ Sports Talk Show, like that, like basically every day or every week. And once I got a job, it's like damn, like how to stay consistent, and like you just eat, sleep, repeat, go to work. And obviously, it's hard doing solo too because like sometimes you got to be entertaining. I mean, not necessarily we're not like we're both entertaining, we're both funny. But it's hard to talk. It's like you're talking to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, so like
a one-man show is hard, bro. Like
hard. I mean, I don't know how Stephen A. Smith does it. I mean, he does it. Yeah. I think doesn't he have his nephew doing it on his show? I think, or something like that. But
yeah, he has like a guest like here and there.
But I mean, obviously,
the majority of the show is like solo, and like, bro, it's hard doing a show by yourself. Like I've dabbled in it. I much prefer like having 1 to 2 people like on it. I just because I just love debating and getting after it. Like it is hard being a solo show because it's just a completely different format, like but sometimes it's what needs to be done, bro. You just got to keep pushing. Like I know you're gonna be fine with it.
I'm trying to figure out how to because it's on Facebook. I'm trying to figure out how to make sure my comments can they can be seen and stuff like that. Hold up. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure out how they can, because right now people on Facebook they can't comment right now because I think that. I mean, let me do like a little practice thing. Yeah, I don't think they can see that. Oh, this is from. Oh, that's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy that I play with on 2K. Real niece. What's good, gang? Um, welcome to the show, man. But yeah. So let's get started, man. Shoot. Before I tear up, man. No, it's like, no, but for real, man. Like, I mean, wait. Actually, you know what? Freaking man, this is the introductory podcast episode. You know, like, so how me and Maz met. So right now I moved to Rochester, New York, upstate New York.
How you liking it?
Oh man, it's nice. The weather's not nice, man. It's just like bipolar, bro. It's like one day it's like 70, and then it's like no, not even 70, like 65, and then nice and sunny, and then it's like I think last week it snowed a little bit, not hard, but because think about it, like so Buffalo, we're like an hour away from Buffalo, and they get hit with Lake Ontario. Here we get hit with Lake Erie. So like say like in the wintertime,
straight brick.
In wintertime, it's not that bad here because in Buffalo they get more of the heavy 6-inch or 6 foot snow. Here we get more of the buffaloes like the shit in the stick. Like we get whatever they for real though. Like we get snow, but it's not as crazy as Buffalo. Yeah. But we do get the lake effect from Lake Erie. Because there's like Lake Ontario is coming from Buffalo to like Canada, and then Erie is like kind of like on the side. So it's kind of like we're surrounded by lakes. So if Jersey is different because like we're not really by water unless you're going to South Jersey. So that's why the first day of the MLB game, like Yankees and was it the Brewers? It was like 80 degrees, wasn't it, in the Bronx?
Dude, the weather's just been all over the place, honestly. Especially like living in like the tri-state, like you know,
it's like bipolar, man. Like make up your mind, weather. I know. It's never good to talk against Mother Nature, but.
Yeah, no, dude, it's just like there's days where it's freezing cold and then like it's nice out, beautiful, hot. Like, dude, especially like it's just been up and down. Like, I'm just happy that like the weather's finally breaking. But man, Jay, I feel like it's you talk like you said, when we came back, like with it, like taking it all the way back. I was just like how like this all started. Like, I'm just thinking like us on the campus of Montclair State University, the first time we ever met each other, we were at like a meeting for like a club on campus trying to get involved with like sports production and stuff, and you took the chance on me and Ed hopping on the JJL Sports Talk Show where we were on that for, a while. It's like, damn, Jay, like it seems like just yesterday, even though it was almost 4 years ago,
It was 4 years ago?
I think so.
Jeez.
Yeah, because I'm a year out of Montclair State almost, and yeah, bro, I think that was 4 years ago for being 100. Yeah,
because it was definitely before the pandemic, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know we did a podcast.
We were in the middle of the It wasn't before the pandemic. It was in the middle of the pandemic.
Yeah. Did we have an episode? Like, did we meet like after Kobe's death? Like, I know we did a podcast.
Yeah, 100%.
It was like around that time, right?
No, it was after that time for sure. Like way after that time, because I was living in like Jay. I wasn't even enrolled in Montclair State when that happened. Like when Kobe Bryant died, like I was working as a cameraman down in Wellington, Florida for some polo company. I was trying to get like out from behind the camera and get in front of a mic and get after it that way,
Mm-hmm.
like, and then after that, like I ended up at Montclair shortly after. But yeah, like I think I can't even remember like what was the first episode. I just remember having the first conversation where you were like, yo, my name's Big J and I'm looking for co-host. Like, so if you want to get after it, I was like, hell yeah, like I want to get after it. Like my boy Ant want to get after it.
But like are you talking about like in the meeting?
Yeah,
man, dude, I was like me, like I think you were sitting right next to me, like me, like, and you've been in a couple of classes, like when somebody like because I think Whiteside, she was like, hey, does anyone want to do introductory? Like no one, of course, no one spoke up. I was like, me.
Yeah.
I was like,
but shout out Professor Whiteside, dude. That lady's a saint.
Yeah, like me, I get so built up and excited, and like I'll start off like, I'm Jordan. I do a podcast. I get no followers, but the goal is I get and then yeah, we chatted about the like after the meeting and everything. And, hey man, but I think I had the podcast built already, but I just didn't start any shows. So I was like, damn, like how? I mean, even before I met you, I was like, damn, how am I gonna? I'm solo doing it solo. I mean, I'm funny, but how am I gonna get more viewers? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I think we were in a couple classes, or maybe about to be in a couple classes, like that semester. I was like, hey man, like, cause I knew like I'm not sure what made me come to y'all like after the meeting. Like, I was like, hey, like I guess you like what I said, and like
I remember
boom, it was just, like,
exactly how it
magic.
happened. I went right up to you and I was just like, hey bro, like I think it's dope that you do like a podcast. Like I've been trying to like get into it, and you were like, oh yo, why don't you come through? Like we'll try like an episode and see how it goes. And the next thing I know, like we were a weekly staple on that, and then
Boom. Yeah, things like jobs happen and
stuff,
yeah.
So.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So let's dive into the content. Obviously, before we get into the playoffs, NBA playoffs, I know that's currently we're in the mix on that. I know we haven't spoken about sports on a podcast since like a couple, maybe like last year, I think.
It's been a minute
on a platform. So like, what are your thoughts on the NBA season? Like your surprise teams in the East, the West. I mean, obviously, we all know that what the standings are because we're in the playoffs. But just your overall aspect of the NBA season so far, and like what you've seen, man. Like talk to me, man.
I think it's a wild season, to be honest with you. I know that the NBA has been taking like a lot of heat lately. Viewership hasn't been like the best, but I think the league could definitely mitigate some of like their issues. Like people want to see like a physical style of play. Like not everybody's gonna watch 82 games, so like obviously viewership's gonna dip up and down, right? But if they let them play the way that they're letting them play in the playoffs, I think that's gonna do wonders for the NBA. Like I miss 2000s basketball, bro. I just sent a post to a couple of my boys, where it was like it just felt so much more physical. Like I love that the Warriors Rockets game was 95-85 the other night. I don't need 120 plus every time. Like it's cool seeing some good offense, but it's great seeing some great physical defense, So it's like it's a balancing act, and I think the league is just trying to figure out what is the best style of basketball for this generation. And I think that's why you see like a lot more emphasis on like the skill portion of the game than the physicality, but like they need the physicality to get people into it, especially when it's like, your fan bases are mainly going to be like, anywhere between like 15 to like 34, I feel like is like a heavy demographic for them. Obviously you still have like your old heads watching that are outside of that, but like the bulk of people that are going to spend money, like it's a young, hungry generation who can appreciate skill, but they also want some more physicality back in the game, So, but I'll tell you, like things I've been surprised by, I cannot believe that Mike Malone got fired right before the playoffs. Like that's insane. My man just won a championship like 2 years ago. So Denver looks like that they're thinking about blowing it up, which I am like, whoa. Detroit been on a run. I can't believe that they even snagged a game at MSG. The Knicks, I think, have been like a giant surprise for me. Like, yeah, they're a 3 seed, but are they ever going to live up to the billing that we think that they could be? The Lakers obviously went and got Luka, which I love, but I still don't think that it is enough for my Lakers to go win a championship. Like there's just been storyline after storyline. I promise you, like there's great things happening in the NBA. If anybody gives a damn to like pay attention to it, like once you like for anybody out there that's like, forget the NBA, like bro, I promise you, just watch one playoff game and just that isn't OKC in the first round, because obviously they're just going to be dominating the entire time. But outside of that, like just go watch any game and just pay attention to some storylines. I think they'll get back into it, So like overall this season, positive for me, bro. Like I've been enjoying it, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not also like it's hard watching 82 games of a sport in any sport. Like I still don't understand how baseball does 162 games. Like but I definitely always keep my finger on the pulse of what's going on in the league. And whenever I can watch a game, it's on the TV.
Yeah. I mean, you brought up a lot of good topics actually, and before we get into the point of this show, Beyond the Sports Oh man, Beyond the Scoreboard podcast is yeah, we do talk about sports, but beyond it means like looking at storylines, going beyond the surface. I mean, obviously, yeah, we're gonna talk about NBA and the the journal, but yeah, I guess the reason why the podcast name is Beyond It because there's more in we talk about more in depth um storylines. I mean, and they can be good. They can be not depressing. They can be kind of like deep. So let's get deep into the NBA. Like you think that, and you just said that the NBA. You said it's good. It's good. Like it's good on your end, but you said that as far as viewership wise, it's kind of hard, and I agree because like yeah, obviously there's games on ABC, ESPN, but I mean I know NBA 2K. I mean, which I'm tired. I mean, I play the game still, but they like how they had the different like the different games where you can buy like the standard edition, and then like the Kobe Bryant or like LeBron edition that's $100. Then they had the $150 one for like the league pass. There's which I don't think that's. I mean, I don't like that idea, but
Hey,
as
people are
far
still
as
buying it though, right?
I mean, people are buying it. But I mean, if you were Adam Silver, right, and you were trying to um pull people in to watch more, and don't get me wrong, NBA is still one of those sports where like it's a popular sport. But like you said, like you don't know how the MLB goes that long. I mean, NBA is 82 games plus the plan, and they have the tournament at the beginning of the season. But like if you're Adam Silver, I mean, I know this is probably a topic we haven't talked about, and I apologize because we didn't plan for this, but like if you're Adam Silver, like how do you bring in viewership? How do you change,
Sure.
or like how do you get to where there's more access to games as far as like just the standard TNT like ESPN because those games are prime time.
Yep.
The games where I'm a Laker fan. Obviously, I'm in New York. I mean, I just had to pay extra to get. I mean, and I'm pissed about this. Like, I'm a Yankee fan, as y'all know. I mean, obviously, we're like 5 hours away from the Bronx, like New York. I had to freaking. I'm in New York. I have a New York license right now. I had to pay extra to watch the Yankees.
Yep.
I mean, and that's at a market, and that's a New York, and I'm in. I mean, I'm
Technically speaking,
upstate.
the marketing rights.
That's crazy, man.
No, I hear you. It's just that, like, I mean, money makes the world go around, right? So, like, that's what
Right.
it all comes down to at like the end of the day. Like, so, first and foremost, like, it's just how like the markets are like divvied up. I think making League Pass like they've been pushing that like heavy. I think it's like a good idea. But I would like the price just to come down just like a little bit on it. Like, especially it is hard. Like, people are rare. Like, people are fans of their teams within like their city, but like you just said, sometimes I'm close to a city but I'm not technically within like the market range, or like it might be blacked out because it's has like the local package, and it's like we're going to streaming, we're still doing traditional TV, and like sometimes like what I have might not always have access to like the game. So like but that those contracts are huge, and nothing's going to change on that end, unfortunately. But I do think that making teams more like accessible, like I knew mad kids, when I was in like middle school and high school, and it was like OKC was their team or the Miami Heat were their team. Like, kids are not always going to be Knicks fans because they live in New York. A lot of them will be, I'm sure, just because of like the accessibility, but others are like drawn. Like, bro, I'm a huge Lakers fan, so it's like sometimes it is hard watching like the Lakers, but it's an easier time than being a fan of like another franchise that might not have as big as like a following. So I think just in terms of getting back to basics of like games should be more affordable for like this is still should be like a family event, like if you can get more people in the building for like a reasonable price, that one night that kid's gonna be a fan forever if that night goes good. They're gonna buy the merchandise, they're still gonna buy the video games, and like obviously like 2K, it's a licensing thing. So like the NBA can't really do much on that. Like the
Yeah.
video game industry's just gone through the roof. Like I remember getting games for $50 and now it's 70
Now it's like
at minimum
70, like
for the
minimum.
base
Yeah.
package, Like there was no base package. You got the whole damn game for $50.
Freaking like the one with the league pass, you get what, like half the shit that's in there. I don't play like my team packages. Like I'm trying. I mean, I want to get into it, but like, I mean, 150,000 VC. So the way it works is, I think it's like $5 for like 1,000 VC, like $50 for like.
But I don't think that's necessarily like that's not necessarily
150,000 VC.
like
y'all know if y'all haven't played 2K, 150,000 will get you to an 85. Man,
I don't think that's on the NBA. That's more on like the 2K.
No, that's the
like,
game. Yeah, no,
series,
yeah,
like,
I
they
know.
just license. But like in terms of like the viewership for the NBA, like they need to find out who's going to be the next star, right? That's been the biggest problem. LeBron James is in the twilight of his career, and we still don't know who's going to be the quote unquote face of the league. It is like, unfortunately, it is hard for foreign players to be the faces of leagues, right? Like people like them, they respect them.
That's a topic, and I don't mean to cut you off. And like that's another topic I want to get into after we. So I have a question after you finish your statement.
I'm just saying, like they need to find who that face is. Like I think they want it to be Ant Edwards, but it's Luka could be, Giannis could be, Jokic could be, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander could be. Who are you going to make it? You need to like make these guys more marketable. I feel like, where it's like some of them just want to like you take Jokic and Luka, like they don't really want to be in like the limelight. Like, and it's kind of hard marketing like a foreign guy. They need to find out who's going to be their face and run with the platform, because we got like a season or two left of LeBron and then it's over. So it depends.
Yeah, and so what was your clear answer on the viewership? Just kind of make it more like you said, make more like,
be more accessible and more affordable for people. Like everything's just too expensive, like in general. Like I know like inflation's gonna, weary, the economy is going to go up. Like we're making more money than ever, but yet it still feels like we're broker than ever at times. So it's like, I just would like to see more accessibility and more access to like games for like families, bro. Like it's impossible to bring your family to a game without dropping a G, So I don't think that's necessarily right. Like you should be able to attend a Knicks game, get the kid a damn like even jerseys, dude, are $110, $120. Like, bro, you should be able to take your kids to a game, get a jersey, get a hot dog, whatever, some chicken fingers, whatever you want. Bro, that night should cost $400, $500, not $1,000. I feel like.
Yeah, facts. So we brushed on the viewership of the game. Like, what do you think Adam Silver can do, or does he need to change anything about like the play style of the game? Like he's talked about. I mean, I don't think it might happen. I don't know, extending the 3-point line, or make it a 4-point line or something like that. Or like, does he need to change anything as far as, obviously you want to keep the players safe.
Yeah, they need to allow more physical play, right? Like, I think adding a 4-point line, you're just going to get more deeper shots, which aren't going to be necessarily like high percentage. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, yeah, 3s over 2s in terms of like the risk, especially when it comes to like taking a midi. However, the best 3-point shooters only have success 40% of the time. So if you make a 4-point line, what is that success going to be at? I don't think it's going to be necessarily 40%. It's probably going to be dipped down a little more, but it's going to be worth the risk, because the 4-point advantage, it's just like when you do like the math, like it's just worth so much more to take that shot. However, there's going to be a lot more misses, which is what everybody's complaining about these days anyway. I think if we can get more play style in like the playoffs, maybe space games out just like a little more. Like, I don't want to see load management. I don't want to see, how many I might make it to a game a year and my favorite player sitting out because he's tired, not because he has a legitimate injury or because like they're trying. Imagine being a 76ers fan and you finally get the money to go see Joel Embiid and he's just out again, right? Now, Joel is like a special case in terms of like he's actually like injured, but like take like other guys that don't have like big injury histories and they're just taking a night off just because, like, I don't know, maybe maybe shorten the season down to 60 games real quick. Space them out like a little more. Like I just want to see the top guys on the court at all times. And when they're out there, I want to see them compete and play. Like sometimes you're in the middle of a season. It's like, why am I supposed to care when I'm clearly watching guys go through the motions? Because they know this game really don't matter that much in the grand scheme of it, because I have 81 other ones that are going to like affect the season. So like if I take a night off here or there, like I would much rather see like things matter always and the style of play be physical always than hey, we're gonna take some nights off, it's not gonna be as physical, we're gonna try to mitigate some of like these injuries. Like that's just me. I want to see fast pace. I want to see the best of the best get after it. And I think the more that we can do that, the more that we let like refs call fouls instead of like, bro, just because somebody touched somebody doesn't mean it's necessarily a foul. If it's in a shooting motion, I feel like we just like any little contact at times, it's at like the ref's discretion and we're blowing the whistle. Like I don't want to see the game played at the damn free throw line. I do not want to watch guys just chuck up threes and that's it. Like the best part of basketball is the physicality of it, the contact dunks, the man-on-man defense where someone's getting run over, fighting for a steal. Like, I just want to see more of that. And I think they're doing a good job in the playoffs right now. But if we can get more of that in the regular season, I'd be very happy.
Yeah, and I definitely agree with you. And I think, I mean, I still love basketball. I love NBA. I love watching. I love playing 2K and all that. And I like playing. But like, I feel like like we said from the last topic, like I think where I separate a little bit of my love for the game is like again, like I'm a Lakers fan. How am I gonna watch my games when I don't like the average American? Like, yeah, I mean, you have other things that you have to pay for. But like, why do I have to pay $20 or $14.99 a month for a game where I can maybe get it a little bit cheaper, or where I'm not local? I mean, obviously, it's not gonna ever be local because I'm East Coast to West Coast, but I just haven't. The only games I really like see are if they're nationally televised, or if like I miss a game and I watch it on ESPN or they cover it or they highlight it. And you're a Knicks and a Lakers fan, right?
No,
So kind of.
No, just a Lakers fan. Only a Lakers fan. I've been disappointed by the Knicks for the roster that they have.
Wait. You're not a Lakers. You're not a Knicks fan.
Nah.
Ever in your life?
Never in my life. I'll tell you right now, bro. I am the guy. Like I hate
Oh my
myself
God.
for it.
I got you, bro.
I'm a Yankees, Cowboys.
I got
Lakers
you mixed
fan.
up. I got you mixed up with my boy Trevor. He's a Knicks and Lakers.
That's crazy. Do I look like a Trevor? That's crazy.
I don't know,
That's
man.
crazy. That's crazy.
No, because like my friend Trevor, he's a Lakers fan, but I think his dad's a Knicks fan, and like he's Rutgers and everything. So my bad. But I swore you were a Knicks fan a little bit, like part of Lakers.
Sir. No.
All right. So you're strictly like Lakers fan.
Yeah. 100%.
But I think, yeah, just like where I separate a little bit from my love for the game is just like it's not anything wrong. It's just like, not that I hate the game or anything. It's just like I mean, I do miss some of the physicality of the game. Like as far as like, I mean, I guess they're letting them play a little bit in the playoffs now because it's playoff. But like my love of the game is kind of like ends where it's just like kind of like the little end mark is just where like this viewership, like me being able to see my team play. Like I know what like the NFL has the YouTube subscription where you can pick your team specifically to watch. That's another thing. Like just like now I'm in Rochester, like I mean to watch the Ravens games or whatever locally, like
well,
and yeah, like
we're making us spend more money on the product. When like I feel like I used to get more access to it, where it's like, it's just hard, dude. But like we said, like I don't think it's necessarily going to change because money makes the world go around, and clearly people are willing to pay for it. So
yeah, we got a comment. Omar, foul baiting ruined the game. Can you?
No, I'm with him. I know exactly what he means.
Like foul baiting, as far as what, like
he's talking about, like in terms of like you ever see like Chris Paul like rip through like a guy's arms and go right into like a shooting motion, like, and then like we're calling that a shooting foul, like
kind of like how Curry does it, kind of a little bit like how we
I don't think Curry's like the most egregious one for it. I think there's definitely worse guys at it, but like I think Omar's 100% right now, where it's just like we are blowing the whistle on everything. Like he's 100% right. Like I said, I
Yeah,
don't
it's
want to
just
see the
like
game played at the damn free throw line that often. Like guys are shooting, 14 free, like one guy, not a team, shooting 14 free throws a night. Like, bro, like come on, like stop handcuffing defenses is my problem. Like maybe allow hand checking again. Like allow them to get some physicality. Like how many times has a guy beaten an offensive player to the spot and he's getting hit with a blocking foul when he's clearly set? The problem with it is that the entire league is basically geared to produce more offense because they just assume that, oh, people want to see higher scoring. No, people want to see good basketball. And
right,
defense comes with that. Like,
right.
like Trae Young can go get you points. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Trae Young is an elite basketball player because he can't play no damn defense. He's a
Right.
good basketball player,
I mean,
but
so. I mean, Luka's a great player, but people say he's not a good defensive player. I mean,
I think that's where
so
Luka. I see. That's the difference. Where like Luka's
but I guess
efficiency.
his offense is more. I mean, I guess his
Imagine
offense
if
would cover his defense.
sure. Now imagine if Luka actually played better defense.
He would be he'd be an elite. I mean, he's an elite player. He'd be a more elite player,
So like
But that's not.
imagine if Jokic played better defense.
Yeah.
Imagine if these guys put effort into that side of the ball, but like there's really no point. I don't have to put effort into that side of the ball when you're gonna let me go to the free throw line, like, and I'm just gonna take that much advantage of like the defensive play, So it's like I think Omar has absolutely hit the nail on the head when it comes to
all right.
fouls.
I want to get a better understanding of. So give me another example. Like, so you like Chris Paul going for like jabbing and going like, say if I'm
so you ever see a defender will be chest on like shoulder on Chris Paul, right?
Okay.
And Chris, instead of trying to dribble, will go into that contact and rip up through his arms, which is not.
It's
not a natural shooting motion.
Offense, they say like offensive players is basically forcing that.
Yeah, he's forcing the contact because and then we're calling it a shooting foul, even though
so basically you're saying that like, and I hate to cut you off again, like, but basically you're saying that like it's kind of like, so like how like there's like shooting fouls, there's like on the floor fouls. So you're saying that baiting foul should be called on the floor foul than a shooting foul.
Well, let me ask you this, Jay. Have you ever seen Chris Paul shoot a shot over here like he's Lonzo Ball when he first?
I've never seen Chris Paul shoot because he's not a local game. I mean, no, I've seen him shoot. No,
but think about over the years. I've seen him shoot.
Like I just haven't seen him enough to where because I'm not.
Think about this, Jay. When the hell have you ever seen anybody shoot over on this side coming across like that? Like we do this all the time. Like it's like the defensive player will get caught in a compromised position and the offensive player will do an unnatural shooting motion and will get the foul. Not that they're trying to score a basket, they're trying to bait the foul, right? Like what Omar is saying is that like they're not trying to go in and like score. They're not trying to make a basketball play. They're just worried about getting the foul. Like, and if we would keep the whistle in the pocket a little more instead of blowing it over every little thing, we could kind of like negate that. Like, you remember when or how about this? You ever see when like Trae Young was like egregious with this? Steph did it a little bit where a defender will come by and like they're about to shoot a three. A defender will jump into the air and they'll sidestep it, right? Or pump fake it. And then they will launch themselves back into the body of the defender and then throw up the 3-point shot. They're not trying to make the 3-point shot first and foremost. If it goes in, it goes in. They're trying to bait the foul. Like, that is the problem with the game at times, where it's like we just call every little thing. We have made every adjustment to benefit offensive players because we think that, more scoring means more viewership. It does not. Better basketball, more competitiveness, highlight plays means more viewership.
No, yeah, I 100% agree because I feel like that's another thing that the physicality. I mean, obviously you want to keep the players safe and everything, and I get that, but it's like that's why it's so hard to compare. Like, I mean, and I don't mind the Jordan LeBron debate or like any debate of a new player and an old player, but like you can't really debate it because like those players played in a physical game where I could touch you and it wouldn't be a foul, or I can touch you a little bit, it wouldn't be a foul. Now, if I touch you with a pinky finger or like my ring finger, it's a foul, or like, you know what I'm saying, or like, but all these, there's too much, like too many foul calls, unnecessary foul calls. I mean, obviously, if
But
the foul,
look how they're calling the playoffs right now. They're allowing it to be
they're
physical.
allowing it,
They're
yeah.
allowing contact. If we can get more of that in the regular season, it can only go up from here. Like I said, I don't think the NBA is a bad product. I just think that
No, it's
there's
not.
times where like, and it's also how hard is it for like a player to like gauge like, yo, I can't even be like physical tonight because they're blowing the whistle. But now I get the playoffs, and now it's like I almost have to be physical because y'all are deciding to ref the game like completely different. I think anytime where we can get more consistency for play, it would just be better, you know? So yeah, that's my problem with. But like I said, dude, I don't want to sit here and like hate on like the NBA and act like it's a horrible product because I've thoroughly been enjoying playoffs right now.
So what had been your like surprise, like before we got dive into the playoffs? What had been your like most surprising teams? If you want to like pick some teams in the East and then the West, then
Sure.
I have a couple teams that I think that were surprising. I mean,
Yeah.
like I'm pretty sure you know what. I mean, the Pistons. I mean, they're just
It's got to be the Pistons, right? I mean,
in
I
the
think
East.
to just
Yeah.
come off of one season, like I still can't believe that Monty Williams couldn't get that team right, and then JB Bickerstaff comes on over, and here they are as a 6 seed. Cade Cunningham showing up in playoffs in game 2, like they just snagged a game at MSG from the Knicks. Like how the Knicks should feel ashamed of themselves for what's going on there. But yeah, I think that is definitely the biggest surprise for me, just how good like the Pistons have been in the East. Like shout out Cleveland for holding on to that number 1 seed too. Like I don't think it's going to necessarily last long. I think Boston is coming, unfortunately, but yeah, I think just the dominance of Cleveland and how like the bounce back year for Detroit with relatively the same main guys, it's been really impressive for me. On the West, um obviously the Lakers acquiring Luka was the biggest thing for me. However, I am just flabbergasted by the firing of Mike Malone right before playoffs. Like, how do you go and do that? Like, I just don't get it. I'm also I'm very confused by Memphis as well, firing their coach, where it's like I felt like Memphis's problems were coming from more like injuries. Like I don't think it was like personnel like decisions or bad play calling. Like I love Ja Morant, but Ja, you know, has a bit of an injury history, like not on the court. Like I felt like guys are out like all over the place, and and we just automatically want to be like, oh, it's coaching, which is kind of okay to like the sense because I feel like it's always somebody else getting like the chopping block. But I will never understand firing coaches, towards like the later half of like the season. Like, bro, just go do that for like the off season. Like, it just makes no sense to me. I heard the argument where it's like, oh, but what if they have like a good like playoff showing? Okay, like we've never seen somebody get fired after having like a good playoff showing. Like you could just say we don't think that he's gonna get us to the next level or whatever. Like there's always gonna be a debate. Like I don't think there's ever like a great time to do it unless it's in the off season because then you could mold. You have the entire off season to mold the new identity of the team. Get somebody in there. Like it's insane. It's absolutely insane to me. So that's been like the biggest like whoa, but my most impressive thing, and I called it, I'm here for it. Jimmy Butler and the Warriors are a problem, my friend. And I am loving what I'm seeing from that court because it's basically two guys and a bunch of island of misfit toys that's actually working. This is what the Lakers should be doing, but unfortunately, I don't think we have that capabilities. But like I said, man, Warriors, Detroit, I think they have to be the two most positive teams in my eyes of seeing like good stuff from them moving forward. I think they're both are going to be competing for, the next couple of years.
Man, Omar, I mean, man, how much time we have today, man? Like, we can keep on going because all these topics, like,
Wherever you want to take it, Jay.
man,
I cleared out my whole day for you, bro. Like,
man, I mean, pause, but I see what you mean. I see what you mean, man.
I hate you so much for that, but all right.
But Omar, my boy, he's been in both my podcast or Discord is active. but yeah, you like keep on going with the topics, man. Like, so all right, so let me get into my so I think that the most my most like so in the East, I mean, so there's only been a select few teams in the East that I think that could have like knocked. I mean, obviously in the East they had to knock off the Celtics. Um, but the most, I mean, other than I knew that the Butler wasn't gonna work out because the whole like Pat Riley thing and like him being this a selfish like Butler being this like
You think Butler's selfish?
no saying that just like holding out with the Heat and everything and not
I have
playing
no
for them.
problem with any of that happening. I actually think I love Pat Riley, and I think that they
No,
fumbled that wholeheartedly. I mean, I've never seen a player disrespected the way that Jimmy Butler's been disrespected by the Miami Heat. I'm glad he forced his way out of there for how he was treated, bro. I mean, how many times? Oh, they're gonna go get another superstar for him, and they never did anything for him. I mean, Tyler Hero was non-existent in the 2 damn playoff runs in the damn finals, for crying out loud. When they were at the bubble, he's injured. He comes back that second one when they ended up losing to Jokic. I mean, like, he barely played in the damn playoffs, it felt like. And where the hell was he in the finals? Nowhere to be found, sitting on the bench. Thank you for coming out. Like, I'm sorry, Bam Adebayo is awesome, but Bam Adebayo isn't necessarily what you need for a championship squad in terms of your second star player, especially with the roster that they had around. Like, Jimmy for years just been drowning in Miami, and they did absolutely nothing. And then, Jimmy speaks out and Pat Riley gets pissed. Well, maybe Pat Riley should be pissed. Like, he can't get no damn trades done to actually help him out. Like, I have anybody that want to criticize Jimmy Butler, I think is just absolutely ludicrous or Miami Heat homer. And that's the only reason why, like, they would even be coming at him. Like, I have no problem with Jimmy. And look what he's doing for the Warriors, for crying out loud. I think they're like something like, what is it, like 26-5 in all games since he's been on, or like 26-7, something around there. Like, since he's been with the organization, he's been insane, because that is a championship player who's never won a ring, unfortunately, and it's just because of the teams that he's been a part of with the supporting cast. I will not handle any Jimmy Butler slander in my vicinity, my friend. Not happening.
Yeah, and I'm like, so I mean, I would say the Pistons, or I mean, obviously, a lot of they've had a bad couple years. I mean, bad with coachings and players, and but they're I feel like every team should model. And oh my god, like that first playoff game, Memphis, and we'll get into the playoffs like shortly. Like if you saw that game, they got destroyed, 131 to like 85.
Sure, but
every team, like the way the reason why I love NBA is like great matchups and like team matchups. So if y'all ever caught that OKC and Cavs game, oh my god, that was to watch it on TV and to be there probably live for that game. I think it was a high scoring game.
You talking about the one from the season?
Yeah, I think they played twice though. I think the first game was crazy.
Well, I mean, when you have just like two
have volume
like that, that's what's gonna happen, right? But like, look at like OKC and Detroit have in common. Like, for the most part, it was basically like organically done. That's why like these teams are having like success. Like, they like, I like that the teams have had a vision, not necessarily like players thinking about like linking up. It's just like, yo, this is what we're trying to do. This is the best personnel, and like we're gonna get after it. Like, I think more teams can give themselves a better chance by getting an actual identity, instead of just being like, we're going to go out and get the best scoring players out there. Look at Phoenix right now. There's one basketball to go around, not enough defense happening. There's a reason why Kevin Durant is not going to be on the Phoenix Suns after this offseason. There's a reason why Bradley Beal is going to not be there much longer after, Devin Booker might even force his way out. They might have to blow up the entire thing. This is what happens when it's just like, yo, we're not even thinking about fit. We're just thinking about getting big name talent in there. And I love big name talent. I'm a Lakers fan, for crying out loud. We don't build homegrown stars outside of Kobe Bryant, but like, Kobe Bryant would have flourished anywhere. He didn't become Kobe Bryant because he was a Laker. He became Kobe Bryant because that's just who he was. The biggest players that they've gotten, Jabbar ends up coming over. Shaq ends up coming over. Like, it's great that they can do that, but think about who's really been like the best Lakers. It's been Magic Johnson. It's been Kobe Bryant. Those are basically homegrown talents with it. And I think that's what we need to get back to, of just like putting your faith in a vision behind players, maybe coming out of the draft or getting them early on in their career. Like OKC, was willing to give up Paul George and got a Godfather offer for him, but they get back SGA in the young years of his career. And now look, he is arguably the best player in the league this season, has been the best player in the league outside of Jokic and maybe Luka, like the last couple of seasons. Honestly, you can put him up there with Luka. It's just Luka made a finals, but he played better defense and he's just as good at scoring. So it's like when you take these guys in the crucial moments of their career, like not the pinnacle, not towards the back end, like when you get your hands on them early and mold them the way that you want to, and you actually have a vision for building them up, I think we're seeing benefits for teams. I mean, you literally go from winning 14 games to being a 6 seed just like that. Nobody thought Detroit was going to do that. Don't you dare tell me you thought Detroit was going to do that.
Maybe
unless you are a diehard Detroit fan, because that came out of nowhere. But this is what happens when you invest in the right places.
Yeah, they can. I think his name is Sam Presti, the owner of the OKC, or like GM. Like I just praise him because like he's built that roster like perfectly, like with and I just saw that game like that. I just felt it looked like a freaking.
I mean, look what they just did to the Grizzlies.
It looked like a crime scene on that court, bro. Literally, like every time it was like it wasn't even first half, and like every time I saw like and obviously like and then like Omar said, Grizzlies are gonna blow it up. I agree, but the reason why is just like every time I saw like they had the ball, Memphis just got chokehold, and OKC just turned into either a fast break dunk. Or just like Omar said, like SGA had a terrible game, not terrible, but like below average for that first game, and they still beat him by like more than 50 points, or like even I think it was 50.
That's what happens when you build a vision outside of one guy.
And I think like teams like and the Cavs are good too. Like so they have two primary point guards in Garland and Donovan. Then they have a hybrid like big man in Mobley. Then they have a traditional old school big man in Jared Allen, which you don't really expect him to shoot the three, but he's more of an interior mid range guy. And in OKC, they have like Lou Dort. He's a 3-and-D type player. They have Wiggins. He can shoot the three consistently
right now. You know who's been the biggest? Like outside of SGA, like I love Lou Dort, but I think Isaiah Hartenstein. Hartenstein has changed that franchise.
He's the heart of that team, not heart of the team, but he's like the heart of that paint. You know, what I'm saying?
Like dude, like think about it. Like you're getting, like that's what teams are missing. Just guys like is Hartenstein gonna have the prettiest stat line of the night? No, but he's gonna go fight for every rebound. He's gonna do that hard nitty gritty work. Like, and he's a big guy that can pass. And you're also getting him at like like he's still young within like his career. Like you're getting him at like a prime time. Like
he was on the Knicks too. Like I don't know why they gave him up.
Well, they had to give him up because the contract situation was very weird. Where it's like Jonas they were allowed to pay Jonas Valanciunas more money. I was watching like this thing. Like if they wanted to go pursue, essentially they could not re-sign Hartenstein without like getting rid of some money due to like the contract like structure of it, but they were allowed to go get a guy like Jonas Valanciunas who averages more points and like should have been at that time a more desirable player in terms of like the money that you could spend on him just because of like the points that like he's scoring. So like to like the naked eye, like it would look like he's doing more, even though like he doesn't do more than Hartenstein. Like it was just very weird that they weren't allowed to pay him, but OKC was. And you know what? The Knicks could have made moves to prioritize keeping Hartenstein, but they clearly had another vision, and they thought that going to get Cat would have been like the better idea. I think the Knicks have missed a lot of places, but we'll get to that another time, right? Or later in this episode, where it's like you got to look at guys for not the name talent at times. How are they going to fit your squad? OKC is a bona fide contender.
Like the model.
There's one glorified star, like I'm talking superstar on that team. I don't want to hear that Chet Holmgren's a star. What the hell has he done? All right, Lou Dort is awesome, but Lou Dort is 3-D.
He's more like a role player as far as like he does roll well. He's a good defender, you know what I'm saying? Like,
he's fantastic, but he's closer to Dylan Brooks than he is being a superstar. You know, like he's needed on a team, and I'm not taking that away from him. I'm saying like you don't need to go and get the big name guys every single time. Sometimes you need to, but like there's other ways to build a team. Just because what works for one team doesn't always work for like another. And I think it's easier for teams to choose a guy and put the best pieces around it instead of putting the biggest name around it sometimes.
Yeah, and I think, and mark my words, man, and we all know that what you say on the podcast sticks, whatever's out there. Mark my words. It might not be next year. Might not. Maybe I think give the Pistons 2 years. They can turn to the Thunder, man. I mean, they're not that far away.
Okay,
but here, like, hear me here. Like they have.
I'll tell you right now, this is where they're gonna mess up.
So let me say why they can turn into the. I mean, obviously, I don't know who their GM is, personally, but the reason why they're not that far away from like being like the Thunder of the East is because think about it, they have a young point guard in Jaden Ivey. I've seen him play in person. He played. That was when Rutgers beat them to knock off the number one team because Purdue was the number one team in the East. So I saw in like that time. So they got Jaden Ivey, a 6'7" point guard and Cade Cunningham. They had Duran. They have other or Duran or they're like a couple pieces away, and like the Thunder have done it well where they added some young people, some young players, and some veterans, and a mixture, and they all work together. They got the two Williams guys.
Here's
what is it?
Where I think you're wrong.
They're like one big. They're like a.
I know, but here's where you're wrong.
Okay, yeah.
Here's where you're wrong. The Thunder of the East already exist. They're called the Boston Celtics.
No, right? well, I'm saying like outside of the Celtics. I mean, obviously, like as far as
the Celtics are going to be here for the next couple of seasons, bro.
Of course,
they did it organically. They chose to ride the wave.
They're gonna have to pay their players, man.
Sure, but they're more than capable of bringing in guys to fit like the system and getting after it, right?
Of course.
I also have more faith in Cleveland becoming the Thunder, all right? Because I love Cade Cunningham, but you're not going to sit here and tell me that Jaden Ivey is
so outside. So like I meant outside those two teams. I mean, obviously, like Cavs and Thunder they're both in the same as far as like.
That's what I'm saying. I don't have like I think Detroit.
I'm talking about that next team. Yeah,
but like when you say Thunders, I mean, I hear that and I think back-to-back 1 seeds of the year, right? Where like I still think that they're a while away from it, and they still have to make like a lot of moves. I think they're on the right track, but the question is, are they going to be staying on the right track? I think Kevin Durant is going to be out there, and they might go pull the trigger on that. And I'm not saying that Kevin Durant's bad. I'm saying that. Does he fit what you need is the question mark. Like, are they going to get caught up in bringing in a big name? And is it, or are we going to focus on fit first and foremost? Like, you can get that big name with it fitting within. And I think Kevin Durant should be a boost to almost any team. However, we've literally just saw Kevin Durant is not a boost to the Phoenix Suns because they just don't fit together. Like they're all the same guy. They all need the damn ball in their hands. So it's like if they're going to go get an addition, right, they need to make sure that addition is 110% fitting what they're trying to build, not just because it's a giant name. So I don't know if I necessarily have faith in the Pistons to stay the course. I hope they do. It'd be great. But like history tells me not to necessarily believe in it. However, it's a new page, so we'll see what happens with it. But to call them the new OKC of the East, I just don't see that because we already have 2 teams that have that moniker going in Cleveland and the pinnacle of it being Boston. I think Boston might be primed for another championship because they do everything the right way. No matter how much I hate them, no matter how much I don't want them to succeed, to sit there, no matter how corny I think Jason Tatum can be at times, they do things the right way. And guess what? They have this thing called depth, right? So even when your top guy is having an ugly night, somebody else comes up and can make a play for it.
Let me go. Let me look at the box score of that game because I'm not sure how many points SJ had that game. Let's see.
I know Jason Tatum didn't have like a great showing, and Boston was still good enough to get
131,
after it.
131 to 80 is crazy, man. In a playoff game, that's just insane.
Well, that's also like I don't even want to look at SGA's like thing for that for the sole fact of like, bro, he barely played. Like,
I mean,
they
yeah,
were resting
15
everybody.
points. I mean, 15 points, 4 for 13 from the field goal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they were just mauling that. Like, go look at that Boston Celtics game.
I mean,
where
Wiggins
like,
had 21 off the bench, though, man.
yeah,
That's that
go
depth.
look. But like I said, a lot of like their guys got bigger minutes that they're not going to get, and it's crucial for them because they can stay
Yeah.
warm and this and that. Go look at that Boston Celtics box score, bro. Jason Tatum.
The first game against the Magic. Let me see.
Yeah, Jason Tatum did not have a good showing.
Tatum 17, 8 for 22. Yeah, 40 minutes, 1 for 8 from the
But
field.
that team is just stacked to where they
mitigated. Got 30 from White. I mean,
this is what championship teams do, bro. Like, I genuinely believe the only teams that are capable of winning a championship right now, in no particular order, I think Boston, maybe Cleveland, the Thunder. I hate to say it, the Clippers. Obviously, when you have Jokic, there's always a shot with the Nuggets, but I don't have much faith in it if I'm being 100% honest. And you never know what the Timberwolves are going to do now, too. Like, call me crazy. I know I sound like a hater on my own team. I genuinely do not think that we have the roster to go all the way this year. I honestly kind of hope that the Lakers lose in the first round just so that I get some pressure under Pelinka to go make some damn moves for next year, because I swear to God, they can build the next dynasty with this guy, But those are really all that I see capable of winning the whole damn thing. Oh, call me crazy. I'll never bet against Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler. You got to throw the Warriors up there too, bro. Like, you got to.
I mean, even with, like, not, I mean, I know we're both Lakers fans, but like, do you? So say they did win tonight, and then they, LeBron has been here before. He lost games and came back, and like obviously he's still the leader of that team.
Mm-hmm.
Say LeBron. I mean, say if they get past the first round, right? Like, yep. I mean, I'm not sure who they would play.
I think it only gets harder from there. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think they get the winner of, I believe, Clippers Nuggets. Like, it only gets harder.
Right, it does. Yeah. But like I feel like I'm not gonna lose faith in like LeBron James. I mean, obviously he's 40 something, but like he's still like there. Luka, and then Luka didn't have it back, and he had 36 points.
That's my problem, though, is that like Luka has to go drop 40 damn points and we still lose. Like, what is it going to take? Does he have to drop 55, 60 for us to win a damn game? Like, that's not going to be sustainable. LeBron James, I know he's going to turn it up more, but he can't be dropping no 18 points. But guess what? They're going to zone in on somebody, and I fear that the caliber of play that we've grown so accustomed to, I feel that it's not necessarily going to be there. Like, it's hard being that age, and he's an anomaly of just fighting through that. Like, I see Steph and Jimmy, who are both up there in age, but it's like, Steph, you can't lock down. He's going to go get his points regardless. And Jimmy can still handle that physicality. And even when like he's not scoring, he locks in on defense and creates points for himself just off of that. Where LeBron's going to go create for other people. My problem is the people that he's creating for, I have no goddamn faith in. I don't want to see Roy Hachimura shooting a damn three. I don't want to see Austin Reeves with the ball in his hands in the fourth quarter taking shots. I just don't trust it. Like,
like watching the like Luka and the Lakers, like even before the playoffs started, like Luka, what makes him great is like he doesn't really, he can score, but he's more of like I would say when he's not like trying to get points, he's a pass first player. So meaning he would drive and kick, and like even Finney Smith said, like, man, I've never been open ever in my life like that ever, because like the way Luka penetrates and kicks out. Like, have you seen those passes where he penetrates like the paint and then tries to go for a lip and does it like a magician pass? I mean, not saying 100% time those passes are gonna work, but like the way the ball movement is with Luka, like he's a point guard where he doesn't look that athletic, but he's like he's like Jokic. Like he's more like where like Jokic is not more known for athletic, he's more known for his skill.
Yeah.
Same as Luka. He's not really, that built as far as like, that your standard point guard, but he will get you he will get his points, and he will create opportunities for other players. Like those games where he drives and kicks, Finney Smith's out, or Rory is out
That's
there.
the thing, right? You're talking about like the
But
driving kick. Do you trust the dude shooting on the other end of it these days?
I mean, I've seen Finney Smith hit open shots from Lucas passes, man.
That's
Like
great. Finney
what I'm
Smith
saying?
is still only averaging 10 points a damn game. And
I
what the hell is
understand.
he going to do in the playoffs? What is Roy Hachimura going to do? What is Austin Reeves going to do? What is Gabe Vincent going to do? These are our best options offensively, goddammit. What is Jackson Hayes ain't going to do nothing?
Yeah, I'm trying to look at the stats of like the other players. So
you're going to find bums. That's what you're going to find from that first game.
Reeves has 16 points. Finney had, nah. Okay. But I feel like, so let's get to these comments, because I know Omar, well, he did say firing a head coach 3 games before the playoffs started is insane. It actually is insane, because I know on the other podcast where we lagged out a little bit, you said that like the Nuggets, there's a couple years after, like, they just won a championship. It was like 2 years ago, and I mean, obviously we don't know what's going on in the locker room or whatever, and like, that was the most surprising, because Malone. Jenkins was a little bit of surprising because he wasn't really in the limelight like that as far as coaching. John Morant was more in the limelight, but apparently they weren't really gelling together as a player and a coach. But the Malone firing right before the playoffs was very surprising, because obviously he has. I mean, obviously he hasn't made the roster. The GM does, but his job is to coach the players. But I didn't think there was a problem in Denver as far as Malone, and I think that
I think it was a personnel problem, but like clearly, there was a defensive problem too. But like I said, dude, like we touched on it before. Like I will just never understand changing course that late. Like it's not gonna go well for you. It's just not.
Right. And they didn't really say. I think the GM said that they just didn't like.
Well, the GM got fired too.
Yeah, no, I just forgot like why they fired. Like, was there like
essentially the GM and Malone hated each other, constantly bickering and fighting, and then obviously
I don't know why after they just won a championship.
I mean, like, things sour. Like, it's also been 2 years, bro. Like, things change. Like, I do think it's crazy to fire a guy 2 seasons removed, especially when it's like they haven't even been doing that bad. Like, and who do you really think is going to be a better fit for it is the question that's available. Remains to be seen. However, clearly that relationship, like, I think they just took like the easy way out, where it's like, oh, both of these guys have been a headache. Things aren't doing good. Hey, Jokic, like, do you have any stake like behind them? Like, not necessarily, like, and getting over with like this Grizzlies things where I think they do necessarily need to blow it up. Honestly, I just don't think that the team is necessarily healthy enough, and like I love John Morant. He's my favorite player to watch in this league. But I fear that John Morant is a star that's not capable of being a superstar. That's my fear, honestly. I feel like that like 26 points feels like the threshold where like he barely gets past it in like a giant moment. Like, yeah, he'll hit it like, in like a regular season here, but like when it's really time to like turn up, like in like a playoff situation, I feel like Ja just has like a cap on him that it's hard to like break. And like his style of play, although exciting, can lead to injuries at time. And it's like, where the hell is Jaren Jackson? Like, what are we doing here? Like, yeah, I would like to see the Grizzlies, choose one and keep it pushing. Like, because you go from a 2 seed, you fell all the way down to the damn play-in, and now we're sitting here like getting waxed by OKC.
That's why I was so confused about the Jenkins firing, because like that won't like at the time, because we were never, we were kind of like in like the Lakers were kind of like the like in the top 5 like of the standings, but like we at the time of the coaching firing of the Grizzlies, they were number 3 of the Grizzlies. They dropped, and that's why I was confused of that firing, because like, why would you fire a coach? I mean, think about it. They fired Jenkins before they fired Budenholzer of the Suns. Suns recently just fired like a couple of days ago, which they should have, but he should have been He should have been the first coach firing.
I mean, but think about it though. They did it smart. They did it at the end of their season.
yeah, and
Like now you're
deliver.
retooling. Like you're sitting there. Like it makes no sense to me to go out there with a brand new system, a brand new coach, or even if it is the old system, it's not the original guy going with it. So it's still going to be like a different feeling, different look. Like you're just doing nothing but setting your team up for success when you're firing coaches like this late in like the season. Like it just does nothing for you but create chaos. What are you going to do? You think you're going to go get the better draft pick? Do you really think that being like that much lower, like it's not like they're in the lottery for crying out loud, you know? I just don't necessarily like it's not, you're not always going to find a second round gem like Jokic. You're not always going to find a gem at like 15th like Kawhi Leonard, you know? It's I just don't see the vision with it. Like stick out the damn season, and then if you want to make changes, you do it when everybody is at a comfortable time to make changes, not when you're damn back against the wall. It's like they just said, screw the season. Like
how would like I mean, obviously NFL and NBA they're two different sports, but how would you feel if like Mike McCarthy got fired like mid-season, like out of nowhere, like say if they had like a top 3, spot in the conference, and like things were kind of like
they obviously
for
fell.
example.
They fell from that, right? Like I don't think they were a top 3 when they fired Jenkins, but like yeah, like especially like that close to playoffs, I'd be like, what that like? What is the point of that? Like
if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Obviously, the
no, like obviously it's broke, but like is it broke because of coaching? I don't necessarily think so. But if they think that way, get to the damn off season and retool, get an actual plan together instead of just we're gonna throw it at the wall and see if it sticks. You look like an idiot. Like, come on.
Yeah, I think that like the Budenholzer firing makes sense because, like you said, like they weren't in the playoff mix. But like, I mean, the 2 firings are for Jenkins and Malone. And Malone was probably the most surprising out of the coaching firings because, I mean, obviously, like they're a playoff team. They have an MVP, 2-time MVP in Jokic on their team. And another question is, did Jokic have any say? How did he feel about the Malone firing? Did they have a good, I
think a lot has changed, and you will never convince me that.
And the
caliber of player that Jokic didn't have a say in that. You're just never gonna convince me of that. Like when you have a star gem like that, they're absolutely consulted on decisions. All right, like this is a multiple-time MVP.
Jokic's like, oh, yeah, I'm fine with it.
I think the way that Mike Malone was talking about like players and like the lack of effort and stuff, I think that rubbed them the wrong way. I think they're soft for it rubbing them the wrong way. But I also can understand how Mike Malone, rubs people the wrong way. I'm not a fan of Mike Malone, just because like the smack that he's talking on like my Lakers and like the way that he goes about things. I'm a fan in terms of like the success rate, but I'm not going to sit there and be like, I'm a Mike Malone guy, but he'll absolutely get another job. He's a good coach. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the Knicks end up hiring his ass. Like, but I genuinely think that Jokic 110% had a say in all of this,
So now with the coaching firing of the Nuggets, do you see? I mean, obviously, with any coach that comes in or any GM, did they still have the GM right for the Nuggets, right? They kept the GM, or they fired?
Oh, they're both shipped out the door.
Is that both teams, Grizzlies and Nuggets, or just the Nuggets?
I think Memphis kept their GM, fired Jenkins. I believe both GM and head coach in Denver, sayonara.
So, I mean, obviously, Jokic is a player you don't want to let go, but like, do you see them, extending Jokic and then building around? Like, I mean,
obviously, how do you let go of the greatest player in the world right now? For being honest, like, you need to build a better roster around him. Honestly,
but now because the reason why I asked that is because, like, I mean, obviously they need to. I'm not sure they're gonna hire internally or just look for another coach in the offseason and then a GM. But like, say if like that new GM, like say we're seeing it with Phoenix, like a new owner comes in, and then now like like Budenholzer, gets fired. Like,
Well, I mean, I think Phoenix just went about everything like the completely wrong way to begin with. I mean, with the
I
new
agree. I
coaching
agree.
firing, like they like Monty Williams should have never been fired, in my damn opinion. I don't even think that. Like, I even think like for like the Pistons, like I understand why they moved on from it, but like, do you think Monty Williams was necessarily the problem with Detroit? Like, I don't know. Like, yeah, there's a debate and be like, oh well, look, JB Bickerstaff like came in and was like, yeah, JB Bickerstaff got these guys after a year with Monty Williams after they've already been to the lowest of lows, and like I think Cade Cunningham finally learned to be a damn star. Like I think guys learned how to buy in. Like I'm telling you right now, like if I'm a team out there looking for a coach, I'm loving Monty Williams. Like he could definitely work with guys that are already stars or already know how to play the damn game. Like
Yeah, I
maybe
agree.
not like the greatest at like developing a guy, but it can definitely like if I'm the Spurs, Monty Williams is my number one candidate, my friend, because they've already have established guys. You have De'Aaron Fox, you have Chris Paul, you have Victor Wembanyama. Hopefully, when he
Oh,
comes
for the
back after
Spurs,
this
yeah.
blood clot, like
God forbid,
But
if Popovich is recovered. I mean, I think he's back home. I think he's recovering from his. I think he had a stroke. I think so. Hopefully, he gets better. So you thinking he should replace like Popovich or
I
kind of
think
have?
Pop's. I think unfortunately Pop's done, dude. Like he's old. There's health issues. Like I think it's time to relax and rest. Like if you still want to have him a part of like the organization, of course. But like I think being the day-to-day head coach just ain't it anymore for him. Unfortunately, like it's just
Right.
It's sad, dude. Like life,
Yeah.
moves.
I mean, plus with
in a certain
Wembanyama too,
direction.
so like with that blood clot too, he had that issue too. So like, who knows?
Mhm.
And I think he had the same thing that Bosch had, but I think he had it in his shoulder. He has it in his
Yeah,
shoulder, I think so,
I believe
which is
you
kind of
were.
scary.
Yeah,
And Dame had
so
a
it's
blood clot too, so that's why he's out.
yeah.
But
Well,
he's back.
Dame apparently is like Dame's gonna play like in the series they're saying, which
Is
I'm
he?
hoping for.
All right, what are the games tonight? I think Lakers play today. The Bucks play.
I don't know if the Pacers play tonight. I think they might be tomorrow. But it could be tonight.
Let me see.
Let's
What's
find
today?
out.
Tuesday. Yeah.
Pacers.
No. Yeah.
Yep.
They did. They play 7:00.
Yeah, so I'm
Oh,
hearing that Dame's gonna be playing by game 3. I don't know if he's playing tonight. I hope he is, but I heard that he's playing game 3 or 4. So like it all just like depends. But you look at like the Suns, and it's like I understand why you fired Budenholzer. Like everything was like, first off, I never thought that Budenholzer was a great coach to begin with. Like I know they got like the one championship with him, but like I felt like that team won in spite of him. Did not love like his rotations and stuff. But Mike, I don't think that the Denver Nuggets are a Mike Malone problem. I think they're a roster problem. Like I think you have to eternally dissect just exactly where like your pulse is. Who are you going to make the scapegoat? Somebody has to be made the scapegoat, but we don't always get that right. People are human at the end of the day, but it is what it is. But when you're firing these guys, you got to be thinking about who else are you going to try to bring in, and who the hell is going to be your backup plan. Like, it can't. Monty Williams can't be the fix for everybody, and some guys might even be soured on him because of how Detroit went. Like, who is the backup plan? You're going to go get someone from college? Are they going to be able to translate to the NBA game? Because coaching in college is completely different than coaching in the NBA. Like, who is your damn plan? Somebody please tell me who the number one candidate for the damn Denver Nuggets is right now. That's not a college coach. Please tell me.
The only thing I mean, it's too late now, but because he signed an extension with the UConn, but Dan Hurley. I mean, but hey, like
Dan Hurley didn't want to leave UConn for the damn Los Angeles Lakers with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. You think he's going to want to go to Denver? I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I have no clue what the hell I'm talking about, but like I cannot understand not wanting to go work for the second most successful franchise in NBA history
Omar
with a top 3 player.
I'm just looking at these comments, man. Before we hit the comments, like you did, I'm not sure if you mentioned in the podcast we rebooted from the first episode, but you did mention you don't think that a European player can be a face of the league. So
I don't think it's just a European one. I don't think a foreign
foreign, yeah.
Like, and I'm not trying to be that guy. Like, bro, like obviously, like foreign players are awesome. It's just like I feel like it is kind of hard. Like SGA's right from Canada for crying out loud, and I think it's hard for SGA necessarily to be like the face of the league. I just think that like guys want to see themselves in somebody more, you know. And I think like a homegrown talent. Like, just makes more sense. Like there's a reason why Shohei Ohtani can't be the damn face of the MLB. The same reason as why Jokic isn't going to be the face after LeBron is gone, you know?
So my next question to tap onto that is what are your qualifications to be so we've had Jordan. We've who like what Jerry West. I mean, he was a logo of the NBA.
Sure, but I think when you're talking about like the faces of the league, I think like you're talking about
what are your qualifications of being a face of the league?
Well, I don't think that
being face of the league. I mean, European players are in the league. You know what I'm
sure,
saying?
But I think that like being the best player in the league doesn't necessarily mean that you're the face of the league, right? I think that's fair to say. I think when you're talking, I said being the best player in the league doesn't mean that you're the face of the league. I think European players currently right now, you know, Giannis, Jokic, Luka, like, yeah, they are absolutely towards the best players in the league. That doesn't mean that they're going to be the face. I think Shai has a better chance at being the face of the league, and he's Canadian, right? So I think when it comes to being the face of the league, it's how relatable are you to the fan base, right? Everybody, let's just go down the line, right? Where you have the faces of the league. I feel like it's been Michael Jordan. I feel like it's been Kobe Bryant. I feel like it's been LeBron James. I feel like it's been Steph Curry, right? And there's even a debate for Steph Curry because LeBron's still around. But what do they all have in common? There's different pieces that make them not just likable, because obviously European players can be likable, but more relatable, right? They're all from a city that we are all kind of familiar with, or a state that we're all familiar with, where like people are more like us, you know? Not that it's like I don't think it's a bad thing to have diversity. I'm not saying that. Like, I think it's dope that there's international players coming, but I'm saying when it comes to the face of the league, like it's hard for the majority of fans that all want to get behind them if they're not likable and relatable to them. Where like Ant Edwards is a kid. We all know a guy like Ant Edwards, for crying out loud. And we all want a guy who wants to go out there, play both sides of the ball, has a personality, is going to say what's on his mind, is entertaining, and is 100% looking to compete at every instance. You look at Jokic. You get Jokic in an interview. It's not the most entertaining interview. He don't give a damn about the sport of basketball. He cares about making his money and going back home to his damn horses. Luka Doncic is good at basketball. I don't know if Luka necessarily loves basketball. Like, you know, it's just like, yo, I just do this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not getting much of it. Where it's like LeBron James is the all-American story, a kid from a neighborhood that doesn't have the most money and defies the damn odds and becomes literally the American dream. People love that shit. Kobe Bryant working his ass off, literally through work ethic, what every American wants to believe. If you work hard, you'll be successful too. That is Kobe being Bryant. Literally, work pays off with that Mamba mentality. Michael Jordan, people just love a winner. They love dominance, and they love when the guy's a little cocky with it and can back it up.
And I didn't know. I mean, obviously we weren't really in the era to watch Jordan play. But yeah, he was a face of the league. He was. I just feel like he's like not. I mean, and don't get confused with this statement. Like, I feel like obviously he was kind of like in the era of kind of like where phones are starting to come about, social media, kind of like in the later years. But like, he wasn't really in the media like that either. As far as like, wait, and like as far as like, you know, commercials and all that, and press conferences and all that.
What are you talking about?
No,
he was the only guy in commercials.
No, but listen, he was more focused on more basketball, you know, like he was like, hey,
that's where you're wrong. You're dead wrong on that, Jay. He is the greatest marketer in basketball history.
Jordan,
why?
He had a Jordan brand.
Was in every
Gatorade,
Hanes, Gatorade commercial. Like, Jay, that's what you're missing, is that he's marketable. Those guys aren't marketable. Right?
I guess,
Jay, how many commercials have you seen Jokic in?
None.
How many
commercials have you seen? Maybe one.
No, I haven't seen one. So
I don't know.
If you have, I would love to see the commercial. What commercial have you seen Luka in? Thank you. Giannis at least has a damn personality. I've seen Giannis in damn commercials, you know, like.
So yeah, my bad. So let me
is
like be like
marketable. He's the
on the
greatest
Jordan one. My bad.
marketability.
I meant like probably like now.
Do
Like he's
you
not really in the
think
limelight.
the
Like
Jordan brand could be $1 billion brand if he
hell
wasn't
no.
marketable?
No, let me backtrack on that same because like maybe I was thinking about more like the modern day Jordan, like not really in the limelight like that, like kind of like low
Jay,
key.
he's in the limelight now, and he hasn't played in goddamn 30 years.
No, as far as like just like kind of being low key and everything, kind of like not really on social media
Jay,
like that.
yeah, he's not on social media like that because the man's 60 years old. But guess what he's still doing? He's buying NASCAR teams
Yeah,
and putting his
yeah,
damn
yeah.
logo
True,
on that. He's buying
true.
golf courses, putting the damn logo on that. There's
He has a
expensive
boat. He has a boat, I
steakhouses.
think, right? Like a
Jay,
boat on 23
he
boat. Yeah.
is marketing on a whole nother level. And guess what? You still see him in Hanes commercials.
I haven't seen him in his like recent ones.
Yeah, dude, he still be doing Hanes commercials. Like,
Oh yeah.
he's still he's still making money because he's marketable.
So
People love dominance and winning, especially when
yeah,
the
no,
guy's a little cocky
I'm
and
not.
can
No, I'm
back
not
it
taking
up.
away that. Yeah, no, I'm not saying Jordan. Like, I'm not taking away like that, like his game and everything. It's as far as and like you're right. Like without his marketing, Jordan brand wouldn't be like that, or like
So that's what it takes to be the face of the league. Who the hell is going to be marketable? Who's it going to be? I think Ant Edwards. That's what they want it to be. It's just we'll see.
So
Like
you're saying, I guess in order to be like, I guess the face of the league, you have to be like marketable and have
yes,
to back up your game.
you have to be marketable, back up your game,
So I don't think you ever mentioned him.
and relatable to the mass audience of the United States of America.
So I don't think
Nope.
I maybe didn't mention him. Not. What about Tatum? You think he can be the face of the league?
No, because I think he's just too unlikable by people, to be honest with you.
But like, I mean, he has the stats to prove his plays can back it up.
Sure, but
marketable. I mean,
do you think Jason Tatum is going to be like a worldly brand per se? Because the next guy is going to be a worldly brand, essentially. Like that's what I mean. Like kids are going to want to like who's buying Tatum's? Who rocking Tatum's these days, Jay?
like the shoe.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know.
Exactly my point.
Is he with
Know what I'm
Jordan
saying?
or does he have his own line?
I think Tatum might be.
I know Jaylen Brown. He better delete that shoe, man. I don't know what that shoe is. Jaylen Brown. I don't know what he was thinking with that shoe brand, but yeah, I think he is Jordan. Tatum.
It is Jordan, but like, is anybody out there like I gotta go get the Tatum editions? No, no one's fighting over it. Like maybe some kids in Boston are rocking it, but like kids around the country are not rocking it like they're Kobe's, LeBrons, or Jordans for crying.
But like, so you don't think
Curry's,
Tatum once LeBron hangs up, you don't think Tatum can be like that next?
No, I think he can. I think he's a good player. I think he's a great player. I think he's a top player in the league. I just don't think that he has the capability of being like I said, you still got to be likable. I think more people clown on him than they actually like him. And I think that he gets a lot of blowback because I think a lot of people think that he gets carried by having such a dominant team. I don't subscribe to that. I fully believe that he's the best player on the Boston Celtics, but I do not think that he has the marketing capabilities to be the face of the NBA. I think he's just too unlikable. I don't think he's a bad guy. I just think people just don't like him for whatever reason. Maybe it'd be different if he wasn't on the Celtics. Maybe it'd be different if he, would win more games without having such a stacked team, but I can't blame him for having a competent front office and having players around him like that. But no, I do not see how it stands Jason Tatum being the face of the league because I just don't think he's marketable enough in terms of likability from the masses.
So you think the only player that you stands out would be like probably Anthony Edwards, like
I think that's what they want. I think Anthony Edwards is like, because they see facets of Kobe and Jordan's game in him, not that he's on their level, but I think that that's who like they're trying to like lean towards. I think he has a good shot at it, but it still remains to be seen. It all depends.
He said 2 Lakers fans that are watching, y'all better pray y'all win today or it may be over.
No, literally, bro. I think it's like he's dead on. Like it's over if they don't win tonight. Rockets getting KD this offseason. They need to blow up the team, bro. Super teams don't work in this era of basketball. He might be right on that. I don't know if it's necessarily the Rockets. It could be. I know there's a Texas connection there, right? Played college ball down in the state, and who wouldn't want to keep more of their own damn money because the tax situation's a lot better than some other places. I could see Detroit. I could see the Rockets. I don't be honestly, dude. Do not be surprised if Kevin Durant ends up making his way back to Golden State or even the Lakers, just because I think Kevin Durant is going to be thinking of, I'm just trying to get this one more chip just so that like my legacy will be talked about better. I already have the scoring titles and stuff. Like, let me go find the easiest route to go get it. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he's thinking about a Luka and LeBron team. What's it called? Team up, or if he's thinking about going back with Steph now that Jimmy's there. Like, I would not be surprised. Oh, my bad. That's right. Winner would play the Warriors. And I'm telling you right now, whoever comes out of it, I have more faith in the Rockets or the Warriors to beat the Lakers in that series. That's just me.
Yeah, I was just gonna say because the Lakers Wolves would play winner Rockets Warriors. I mean, I think that they can because the Warriors. They don't really. I mean, they don't. Do they have a big? I mean, they have Looney. They don't really have a big man. I mean, Draymond Green. But
what are you talking about for a big man against the Lakers? Who the hell do they need?
Yeah.
Looney's just as good as Jackson Hayes is.
Huh?
Looney's just as good as Jackson Hayes is.
No, I'm saying like I mean if they do get past the first round against the Timberwolves, I feel like they can go toe to toe with Houston. I like
Who can go toe? No, the hell they
Lakers.
can.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, they can.
They're gonna get run off the guess what, Jay? They got ran off the court. They got ran off the court by the Timberwolves. You don't think the Rockets are gonna run them off the court?
It's only a game.
Jay, they might not even get past the damn Timberwolves at this point.
No, well, I'm saying like it's game one, game two
Jay,
tonight.
I love your optimism. I love your optimism, but I live in the real world, and I don't like. Dude,
you don't see them get past the Timberwolves.
If they get past the Timberwolves, it's going to deplete anything in the damn tank, and they're getting knocked out the next round anyway, in my opinion.
The only way, so like, say the Warriors beat the Rockets, right?
They better hope the Warriors beat the Rockets because then they might not get run off the court. But here's the thing, though: even the Warriors, Steph Curry is on the same damn level as anybody that the Lakers have. Jimmy Butler is a better competitor. Jimmy Butler is arguably a better competitor than anybody on the damn court because he's gotten to finals with way less help than any of the four major stars that we're talking about. Has gotten to more finals with less help than LeBron. Like, this is literally like, for everybody that wants to give LeBron credit in Cleveland, Jimmy Butler did it in a harder era with worse freaking guys on the damn team. Tyler Hero didn't play. Okay, you're gonna say Bam Adebayo. What did LeBron have? Sure. But it was easier in that era to get through that. Like, who were the main teams? Like, Jimmy had to get through Boston to get to that damn finals against Jokic, right? So it's like Jimmy Butler does not get the credit and praise for taking mediocre teams to finals. I think he is, and he's done it more recently than any of those other guys with less help. Luka still had Kyrie. LeBron hasn't made a finals without help since the mid-2000s, Steph Curry has always had help. So I would say Steph's on the same star power. Jimmy's the better competitor. And now let's get to the third scoring option of either team. Give me Mooney over anybody that we have. Give me Mooney over anybody. Oh, not to mention Draymond Green's going to play better defense than anybody that the Lakers have. Maybe Vanderbilt might step up to the plate, but I still am going to take Draymond Green's defense on top of it. Like, that's just, I think there's better coaching from Steve Kerr. I think Podziemski is on the same goddamn level in these playoffs as Austin Reeves is, and that's insane. Okay, like, there's just, like, the best case scenario still doesn't even go in the Lakers' favor, in my opinion.
Yeah. I'm trying to see, like, oh, there we go. I'm the box scorer of the first game. Again, the Houston Warriors. Let me see.
I'll tell you right now, I believe it was Steph.
Curry had 31, and your brother had 25.
Yeah, they combined.
Looney was really
ridiculous. Looney
I don't know
do much.
He has 0 points, man. You said he's a factor?
No, but I think Looney is on the same par as a Jackson Hayes is.
I mean, his only stat was a one rebound and one personal foul, and he was out the game.
Yeah, dude, but he's still a big body that's going to affect shots. Like, that's what Jackson Hayes does anyway. Like,
surprisingly, I don't know why they're not playing Kuminga. I mean, that's
we didn't even get to Kuminga. I don't even know why they haven't played Kuminga the last 3 damn games that they've been a part of, especially when like one was a play-in game and now in the damn playoffs. But like, when are they gonna take Kuminga off the bench and put him back in? You put Kuminga in, dude. Kuminga and Mooney with Steph and Jimmy, those 4 alone are better than like outside of Luka and LeBron, like right there. 2 versus 4, they win.
They got Buddy Hill. He hasn't done anything.
Buddy Hield's
either.
a bum,
Like,
bro. He hasn't been playing good. Like he's, I don't even want to hear about Buddy Hield. But like you, like bro, the 5 of Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, Mooney, Kuminga, Draymond Green is better than any 5 the Lakers are capable of producing right now. Yes, Luka is the best star right this second on the damn teams. Yes, LeBron James is the greatest player, but he's also 40. Austin Reeves, you think Austin Reeves is going to do more than a Jonathan Kuminga or a Mooney? I don't. You think Vanderbilt's a better defender than Draymond Green? He's the best defender on the damn league. I'm sorry, he's the best defender on the damn team. You know, is Dorian Finney-Smith gonna be better than Draymond defensively? He might hit a 3 or 2, but like I don't think he's gonna necessarily be playing better defense. And whatever defense he's capable of playing, Jimmy Butler's more capable at playing it, you know. And so let's talk about the coaching matchup. Do you think JJ Redick is on the same par as Steve Kerr? Hell no.
No, because
not yet.
Obviously Kerr has been there, won a championship, multiple championships. But I mean, we do have to give JJ credit some for the season because first year coach.
But you can't tell me you are banking on JJ Redick out scheming Steve Kerr right now in this point in his
not at all. But do they have a chance? I mean, anything can happen in the playoffs, man. Anything can happen. I mean, but no, like, you know?
I'm sure anything can happen. I'm with you, but like, if the Lakers got to worry about tonight before they can even worry about getting to that next thing, dude. If they lose tonight, it's over. We're done. We're finished. Finito. Thanks for coming. Goodbye. You know, don't be surprised if there's more whistles going our way tonight just to keep us alive because LeBron James is money, Luka Doncic is money. Like,
are you gonna tune into the whole game?
Hell yeah, I'll be tuning into the whole game. Are you kidding me? Why wouldn't I be tuned into the? I do have a confession to make. I did watch the first game on my laptop because I was in the middle of watching WrestleMania, but like I was going back and forth, like watching where it's like, you know. But yeah, I'll be tuned in. Like nothing else matters right now except that Lakers series to me.
Are you gonna tune into all the other? I'm trying to like tune into the other games too to see, you know. Like you said,
I've been tuning in. The games that I've watched so far, I watched the first half of that OKC Memphis game. Had to turn it off. That was just a mauling. I saw us also on like the split screen Detroit versus the Knicks. That game 1, I got a chance to watch. I saw the Lakers game going back and forth watching Mania. I watched a heavy bulk from like the second half on of the Warriors Rocket series, which was phenomenal. And I think that is I caught a bit of that Clippers game too. The first game versus the Nuggets. You know, I'm trying to watch as much as I can. Like when Dame comes back, I'll definitely be watching that Bucks series. I'm hoping to get to it tonight. My aunt's in the hospital, hoping that she does better, so I got to go visit her tonight. You know, but yeah, I'll be watching as much as I possibly can get, and anything that I don't watch, I'll be getting the highlights and box scores like everybody else. You know. So yeah, dude, I'm. Anytime that I can, like, especially playoffs time, if I can get like eyes on it, I'll watch it. Sorry, hockey, you're not doing it for me. I'm watching NBA playoffs.
Yeah, I'm trying to see how we can, because I know the next topic is then we'll end the show. NFL, we're gonna get to NFL because the draft is Thursday.
Sure.
But anything we missed on the NBA, like any matchups you're looking forward to, like for games 2 and 3, and like any
I think the Clippers, if they could get past, like I think that's a series to watch out, and I think the Clippers, as much as I hate to say it, are a dangerous team for anybody moving forward if they get out of it.
Finally, they got both players healthy.
Turning it up, you know, like you got to watch out for the Clippers if they get past the Nuggets, dude. Like, good God. But other than that, no, I think we pretty much touched on everything. You know, I would love for Damian Lillard to come back healthy and the Bucks actually have a chance at it. Like, I just want to see the best get after it. No excuses, you know. Like, hopefully that blood clot situation is apparently he's doing good, and hopefully he can stay good, my man.
I'm trying. Yeah, got you. Facts. I'm trying to see how I can add you to this mock draft thingy so we can like pick teams and.
Sure.
Oh, your boys they're 12, right?
Do me a favor, yo. Honestly,
12th pick?
just yeah, they're 12. Just share the screen and just make the pick. Like I'll tell you the pick and just make the pick.
All right, let me see. We can do we can try to let's do speed kind of like in the middle of because I want to make sure like I do like slow, like medium, slow to fast, like in the middle. Let's do like 2 rounds, and then we're good.
2 rounds is crazy.
All right, what about our first round?
I would do the first round.
All right, let me just pull it up and then.
Yep.
Share screen. Let me see how this. Okay, so this is cool. All right. So I'm gonna choose. Can we add like? I'll pick my team. I'm trying to see. So I want the Ravens, and how do? Oh, okay. All right, so I'll pick the Ravens Cowboys.
Well, that means that you're only going to draft for those 2 teams. So if you click all of them, we can draft like the entire first round.
Oh, wait, if you pick all of them?
Yeah. And then just do round 1. See where it says rounds? Yep, there you go.
All right, so
you got evens, I got odds? Or I got evens, you got
let's
odds?
see, because 27. Well, your team is 12, right? So
yeah, so I'm even.
What is the
Ravens at?
They're 27, so that's odd, right?
So you take odds. So you got the first pick, and we'll just alternate.
All right, so 1 is odd, right? So wait, where are the players at though?
I think.
Oh, sorry, right here. Wait, what?
No, that's their needs.
Start draft, right?
Yeah. There you go.
All right, so I think, the hot commodity is quarterback.
Sure.
They do have Will Levis, but
I don't want that.
I know. All right, let me take these QB. I think they're gonna go Cam Ward, man.
I think that's the only pick. I'm not just saying that just because I'm a Miami fan. I think he's by far the best quarterback in the draft. And I think Tennessee is absolutely going to be making that pick at the end of the day.
So Browns can go anywhere. They can go QB. They can go. I think cornerback.
I don't think they're going QB as much as I would like them to, and I think that they're going to go with who they think is the best player available. I would not be surprised if they take Travis Hunter. However, I think that they're just going to go Abdul Carter. That just makes sense to me for them.
Abdul Carter?
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Travis, but I think it's going to be Abdul Carter.
On the clock. So they did. I know the Giants, and let's talk about the Giants, man, because they have failed Daniel Jones. They have failed Saquon Barkley, not in the fact of his talent, letting him go. So I think that in order for them to, and I know we just passed Easter and the whole resurrection. How can the Giants resurrect or try to resurrect their season for the future? They already had Russell Wilson. Obviously he's older in age, but so they did work out Milroe. But I think so. Giants, the QB, I'm not sure if that's a.
You think they go QB, especially with bringing in Winston and Russ?
QB, what is it? Defensive end, cornerback. What is the T? What is this T?
I'm assuming a tackle.
A tackle. And so what they did work out.
Unless that's supposed to be a they didn't put TE. It's either tackle or tight end. I'm confused because you normally see O-line in these things, but nonetheless, yeah, definitely.
I think they go, man.
There's only one pick here, Jay, honestly. Only one pick. Especially, you make the pick on what you think it's going to be. I'm just going to state my case for it. I think bringing in Russell Wilson on top of having Jameis Winston, Like I just don't see them
Yeah.
going with another quarterback right
What do you
now.
think of like a
Essentially,
cornerback?
I think it's I think they're going to go with the best player available, and I think they're going to believe the hype. I think it's either going to be Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter here, depending on which one's available.
We said well Browns is okay, so best available is
So
gonna be Travis Hunter.
I think that's what they would do. Bring it on to the Patriots. I see that they need a running back. I know that they need a wide receiver, but I don't think that they're going to take a running back that high at the fourth pick. I could see them potentially trading out of it, but if they're going to just make this pick, also just got Stephon Diggs. I don't think that they're going to go with a Tet McMillan. I actually think that they are going to go with an offensive lineman, and I think that they are going to be taking Will Campbell out of LSU.
Got you. Jags, man, they're everywhere. Man. So they need a wide receiver, tight end, defensive end, or safety. I think they're gonna go, man. To be honest, I think they're gonna go with
A wide receiver? You really think so?
they need everything, to be honest, man.
Sure. I think they're going to go what they feel is the best player available personally, but we'll get to that in a second.
Hold on. I was trying to get. Do they have like all players? Um. Oh, let me click off of this. Okay, there we go. All players. I think they're gonna go. I think they're gonna go with defensive end Mason Graham.
Defensive lineman Mace Graham, I like the pick, dude. Honestly, I think that they're probably going to end up doing the same thing. I would not be surprised if they go and get a tight end in Tyler Warren. So that would be interesting. Bringing us to the Raiders. As much as I hate to say it, I think that they are absolutely probably going to go Ashton Genty. It just makes the most sense as like the Raiders. I would be looking at Genty. I know that people don't like running backs that high, but like look at Saquon Barkley and how he changed around the Philadelphia Eagles. So yeah, I would probably be making the same pick. I'm hoping he's there for the Cowboys to draft at 12. The only team that I'm thoroughly afraid of drafting him is, of course, the Raiders.
So Jets, they can go. So they got. So I mean, obviously their QB right now is
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields. So they.
There's no way they're going QB here.
No, yeah, no. I mean, wide receiver, tight end. I think they're gonna go with.
Nope. Telling you right now, they're either gonna, make the pick as you see fit, and we'll go based off of that. I firmly see them going either tight end in Warren, or they're gonna be looking at that tackle in Armand Membu. But pick who you think it's gonna be, Jay. Don't listen to me.
No. Wide receiver. Is it tight end or tackle? I think it's tackle because I think I see a capital T.
Sure.
Let me take off wide receiver. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Armand. He's probably the best. They're ninth ranked.
For tackle.
Yeah,
it makes sense. I've heard him like really big.
So a lot of people are 38.5% for Armand, Tyler Warren. So I think I'm gonna go with.
Damn, I'm good. That's exactly like I think it's either gonna be one of the two, and I would say it's probably gonna be Membu. But we'll see.
And Panthers are they need everything.
Yeah, yes they do. Oh brother.
Oh, so they're saying Carolina has 8 picks, so 8 picks.
Can I see the defensive lineman real quick?
Would that be like
DL?
DL?
Yeah, right there. See right above CB?
Oh, I saw linebacker.
Oh, my bad. Jay, hit that again for me. Keep going down a little bit. See where it says ED, edge?
Yeah.
Yeah, hit that for me. I just want to see who's available for them. Ooh, I would not be surprised. Honestly, call me crazy if they went Mike Green, Donovan. I'm sorry if I butchered this. Ezra Raku or James Pierce Jr. I wouldn't be completely surprised just because it's the Panthers. But honestly, I think let's see offensive lineman real quick.
Let me take off the. Let's see. And what's that? What's that? Would that be?
Well, you know what? Just go down a little bit. Just scroll down a little bit for me. Right on this, what it is. Yeah, let's scroll down just a little bit. Nolan, maybe. I don't really see Barron happen. Maybe John Campbell. I wouldn't hate that. But you know what? Honestly, I think you know what? Yeah. Go down just a little bit. I think that a little more. Yeah, I just see this being a Panthers pick. Give me Donovan Ezra, and they're gonna take an edge. Maybe they should have took Mike Green, but it's the Panthers, so I wouldn't be surprised if they end up reaching on somebody.
Gosh. So on the clock, the Saints, they're kind of good on quarterback, running back.
I actually think that they're going quarterback, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I was thinking Shador Sanders, man.
I can see it. Apparently, Jackson Dart's been high on their list as well, so all depends.
Because like when you see the other teams, like they really don't need quarterbacks. I mean, obviously Cowboys they had Dak. The only because I was gonna go for the Giants. Was that my pick? Because the Giants they were what 3? Oh yeah, I was gonna go like quarter. Yeah, because they need a quarterback still. Because oh, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Shador.
Okay. I don't hate it. I think they're definitely going to be looking to bolster that there. That brings us. Ooh, running back, defensive lineman, safety. Definitely not going wide receiver here. That's for damn sure. I still would like to see them go offensive lineman. I know they brought in some guys, but let me just see the offensive lineman real quick.
That'd be OT,
Yeah,
right?
let's see OT. All right, definitely not them. Go hit back on that again and just hit the OL right below it. Don't really love any of that either. All right, let's see some defensive linemen. DL.
This DL right here.
Yeah, you see the DL. No, that's D. I think that's defensive interior. DL right up top. A little more up, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. My bad. That little one is messing me up. Let's see a safety. Hit the safety for me. Yeah. Malachi Starks here.
Man, that was, all right, cool. So I'm the San Francisco, right? Damn, they can go anywhere. Not really anywhere, but let me see. No, because they might need a receiver because Debo's not on the team no more. I think I'm gonna go with. I think they're gonna get Luther Burden, man.
You think they're going wide receiver, dude? They're absolutely going defense in this draft.
Well, because they let go of. I mean, he got traded. Debo got traded. So who's their number one? Ayuk.
I guess, but you got Burden going before Ted McMillan in this draft.
Yeah, I think I do.
Okay,
But
that's what you want to do.
Touchman Milken, let me see. So they got Walter Nolan, Jalen, Will Campbell, pick position.
That's a whole lot of defense going on there, my friend.
Yeah, it looks like they're going defense. It's either guard. Let me see.
Jay, do me a favor. While you're thinking about this, can you go to the Panthers and just I want to see their draft analysis from this website?
1 second. I'm trying to figure out so guard. What would guard be? Oh, tackle?
No, interior offensive lineman, I think.
I think they're gonna go. Actually, they're gonna go Texas. I think they're gonna go Kelvin Banks Jr.
Okay.
You said go where?
Go up to the Panthers pick. I just want to see that draft analysis on it.
That doesn't even let me.
No, look, see how it. Oh, you can't click on it.
No, I wanted to.
Yeah, we'll look back on it later. That's fine. Go. So the Cowboys, I think that they absolutely. I could see it being Tet McMillan. I could see it being a running back in Omarion Hampton. I think if McMillan is there, that's probably going to end up being their pick. I would like it to be Hampton. I would love a running back, but I think they need a second wide receiver. So give me McMillan.
McMillan.
Yep.
Colts, man, it's gonna be a good one.
No, you got the Dolphins right now.
Oh, Dolphins. Man, so they got rid of Jalen Ramsey. So I think Will Johnson, man. I think they're gonna go Will Johnson if he's available.
Okay.
From Michigan, because they got rid of or not rid. They traded he's a free agent. Jalen Ramsey.
I thought you guys traded for him.
No, did we get him?
I think you might have.
When did you see that?
The other day, I could have sworn. Maybe I'm losing my mind. Let's see, Jalen Ramsey.
I think we were in the talks. But I don't think it's official. I don't know.
Nope, they haven't traded him yet. My bad. I think I was seeing just like rumors. That's my bad.
Yeah, that would have been a news drop of the show. Man.
Yeah. Hit me with Tyler Warren here at tight end for the Colts.
Falcons. I think they're gonna go. I think they're gonna go. Jeez. See, why don't the positions and team names match up with the list, man? Like wide receiver C, edge, like. Or I guess edge is here. Where's C at? Center, I guess that would be center.
Mm-hmm. That would be at the interior.
Man, so what are they? So who's their quarterback? Is it Kirk Cousins still?
Who?
For Falcon or see a free agent?
Oh, my bad.
Or is it Penix? I know they started him.
It's gonna definitely be Penix, I think.
Man, what do they need? What do they need?
They need some defense, Jay.
Inside. I think they're gonna go. I think they're either gonna go Georgia or Alabama. I think they're gonna go.
You think they're going offensive lineman?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, I thought that was defensive line. Defensive end. There you go. I think they're gonna go with. I think they're gonna go defensive end. Walter Nolan, man. Defensive end.
I don't think he is an end. Does he not come off the interior?
Yeah, I mean they listed him as.
I thought that said interior defensive lineman. That's why I'm asking.
Oh no, that was a defensive end DI.
Yeah, but it's not a bad pick. I don't hate it. That brings us to the Cardinals. I think you need some protection here. Go to interior offensive lineman for me. Yeah, I think Tyler Booker probably could be Ratledge, but yeah, give me Booker here.
All right, the Bengals, man. I'm picking for my rival. I mean, they got Burrows. Yeah, definitely gonna go defense.
They need an edge. I think don't overcomplicate it. It's looking at you right in the face.
Well, Mike Green.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't be surprised if it was Campbell.
Yeah, I was checking Campbell too, but
it could be. I think again, this is just going to be could be an interior lineman. I think there's the edge.
This is like definitely defensive heavy.
Yeah,
I thought the quarterback.
Let me see an edge. Yeah, give me James Pierce here.
All right. I think they're gonna go DB, man.
Yeah, I see a linebacker happening here out of Bama.
Linebacker.
I see Jahad Campbell personally,
Say
but
Jahad Campbell.
yeah, that's up to you. I can
I
see
think
it.
I think
Yeah,
Jahad Campbell. I think he's gonna be a Raven though if he falls. But
possibly.
I've other options that they're available
Yeah.
for Ravens.
I think this is going to end up being a running back if he's there. I think Amarion Hampton will be the Broncos' pick if he's available.
Whew, Steelers. I think they're gonna go QB, man, because they don't have a
Absolutely.
QB right now. So I think they're gonna go Jalen Miro.
No way, not over Jackson Dart. Not happening.
What?
Not happening. Go ahead,
Dart?
take Jalen Milroe, but Jalen
Oh
Milroe
yeah,
is not going off the board off
he's
of
ranked.
Jackson Dart.
Hmm.
If you think that's what it's going to be, I guarantee you Jackson Dart's the third quarterback taken in this draft.
Let me see if there's any other teams ahead of the Chargers, so they only receive. Yeah, I really don't see.
Go ahead, take Jalen Milroe. That's fine. I know you like him better. That's your
No.
thing.
I mean, I think that
No, go ahead, take him. That's what you want. That's where you were going. Don't let me sway you.
let me go back to the screen. Man, now let me see other quarterbacks. Let's start Tyler Show. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I think it's either Miro or Dart though, because that's the best. And then Will Howard after that. But I think I'm gonna go Dart. I think I'm gonna go Dart.
I think that was the smartest thing you've ever done. Jalen Milroe is not going in the first round of this draft.
I mean, I know the Giants worked them out, and the Browns.
Yeah. Bringing us to the Chargers.
I mean, Browns need a QB though. I mean, Watson's out. I mean, they need a. I mean, don't be surprised if he doesn't get picked for the Browns or whatever. But I don't know. They might go defense. This thing is gonna be interesting this draft, man, because the first couple rounds or first couple picks.
Let me see the wide receivers.
Got Lutheran and Mecca, Matthew Golden. Is Isaiah Bond? I know he got in trouble.
Honestly, I just don't go up for me.
Oh, there he is. Isaiah Bond.
Yeah, go up for me. Let me see defensive lineman. I'm just having. I think the Michigan bias is going to end up playing a little.
Is that defensive end? DI or
try DI. I could see it being Kenneth Grant. I could see it being Colson Loveland at tight end. Yeah, let's go with Kenneth Grant here.
Green Bay. Shoot. What do they need? Wide receiver, edge, or cornerback? Let's see what edges are. Wait, let me take off the edge. I'm confused. Let me take off the edge. I think they're gonna go with. I think they're gonna go with Mississippi State. Trey Amos.
Okay. I don't see him going off the board before Jahdae Barron, but we'll see. And give me Barron for the Vikings.
What are you going with?
Jahdae Barron.
Texans. I think after getting rid of, I think they're gonna go with Lutheran at wide receiver.
Okay.
If he's available, because Diggs is not there anymore.
I could kind of see that happening potentially. I wouldn't hate it. I would. just because I do think LA is going to end up trying to make a move for a quarterback.
And give me 1 second. I'm gonna get my dog real quick, and I'll be right back.
I bet.
But yeah, keep talking.
Oh yeah, sure, Jay. I'll just carry the whole show here. No problem. Absolutely no problem. But I think that the draft. I got to be honest. I'm questioning some of the picks that were made here, but my man on the other side. But nonetheless, like it is what it is. I do feel that the Rams are going to be thinking about a replacement for Matt Stafford. That's why I could see Jackson Dart being here if Pittsburgh trades up for Shedeur Sanders and the Browns or Giants don't pull the trigger on him. You got to watch out for the Saints in that quarterback situation as well. However, if they're in this scenario, I think that they'll be looking with the picks that we've made. I do think that they will be looking outside of that. I think Colston Loveland makes a lot of sense for them. So, yeah, I think that's going to end up being the pick at Colston Loveland.
All right. I got my little furry friend Rosie. Welcome to the podcast, girl.
Yeah, hit me with that tight end, Colston Loveland, would you?
Rosie, you want to pick it? Come on. Colston Loveland, you said?
Yes, sir.
All right, the Ravens are on the clock. So we need a guard, edge, and DB. Yeah, I think the signing of D Hop, I wouldn't say locks up because we have Bateman and we might the Aguilar. I don't know if he's a free agent. We might go receiver if there's one available.
Stop it.
No. Like if there's one, if there's
going defense, and more. Defense.
I mean, if there's seriously one, receiver available.
Defense.
I was gonna go Mecca Ibuka, but I don't think he's gonna be that deep in the. I don't think he's gonna go that late in the first round.
I think he will go that late in the first round. I just don't think the Ravens are going to pull it because they like defense, and more defense.
So I mean, I was thinking Emeka Ibuka if he's available, but I think I'm gonna go with edge, and I'm gonna go with Malachi Williams, man. He's probably
Michael Williams.
Michael Williams.
Yeah.
I like him, but let me see any other before I make my decision. Safeties. Inside linebacker. Yeah, I think
you still have the edge clicked, yeah. So you just keep on getting the best guy up there.
Because I was gonna go Malachi Starks at first pick, but he got drafted early. So because they're gonna go him and
We'll take off the edge filter and you can see more safeties. And then go put the safeties on if that's what you want to see.
Yeah, what does the Ravens pick, man? What does the Ravens say? I mean, because we need to have someone on our side. What are the mock drafts thinking? Because
man, make the pick. Don't be. This is your team. How are you having so much trouble?
No, I'm just saying the best one available was probably the from Georgia. So I'm gonna go edge.
That's fine.
I know it's my team, boss.
Let me go look at a mock draft. What do you mean? That's the one team that you should know where they're going. Like what?
Yeah, I think they're. I mean, like I said, they could. I mean, so I'm gonna go edge. I'm gonna go Malachi Williams.
Michael. Oh. I could see Detroit going defense here, but honestly, I think Golden, because of being like a speedster, they're probably going to be looking at after that. Maybe Ibuka, but yeah, I just see Golden being like the fit for Detroit. They love their speedster wide receivers. So, yeah, you know what? I just can't let Ibuka go here. I think if he's there, they got to go Ibuka, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's Golden. But yeah, give me Ibuka.
All right. So we're going Commanders. 29. Let me see what they got. What do they need? Quarterback. They're good for quarterback.
I love how you always start with quarterback. Like,
No, because that's the focal point of the offense. I mean, they need to have a leader.
I guess I just like we know they ain't going quarterback, Jay. We know.
Did you fart? What was that?
No, that was actually the air coming out of my Stanley Cup. My bad.
No. You good, bro? Damn. I gotta do some research on these players, man. Dorian Strong, no. I think they're gonna go Kobe Bryant, man. I've heard good things about him. As a cornerback.
Hell no, that is not happening. That is not a first round talent. That is not happening.
I don't know. I don't know where to go. But I don't know.
Honestly, when in doubt, go find an edge.
I like Jalen Walker actually.
Do they need a linebacker? They're already secure at linebacker.
Well, I mean, they can make him an edge.
They're not gonna do that, Jay. That's not as. Stop it! You just making stuff up now.
Oh my god! Well, true.
Wasn't
John?
Stop.
Did they convert John Simmons into freaking?
Not everybody is capable of doing that. He was already an outside linebacker for crying out loud.
Bills pick.
Well, you just took my Bills pick, so thank you for that. Thanks for putting me, in the doghouse now. But you might as well just give me Nick Scorton.
Kansas City
missing on my draft. Unbelievable.
Guard. So a guard, would that be that's a
yes, right there.
Tackle. Right here?
No, down one. Yes.
I think they're gonna go Tate Ratledge.
I would agree
if he's available.
I would agree with that. I think the Eagles are definitely going to be looking for defense. Just show me an edge, please. Yeah, Shamar Stewart. Duns up.
All right, and they're going to analyze our draft.
I wonder if it gives a grade or anything. I guess not, but hey, there it is. Jay, what a day it's been, my boy.
Results? Oh, wait, okay. I thought they were going to, rate it or whatever. Either they give, an A+ or, F or...
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so we got it's pretty good. I think where did we
I disagree with a couple of picks that you made, to be honest with you.
I mean,
you also put me in for I
my
think
first
Todd
pick.
Campbell.
I had Malachi Sparks going to the freaking Ravens because him and Kyle Hamilton would be freaking dangerous, bro.
Sure, but it all depends on if he ends up being there, and I do think if some of the guys come off the board like how we have it, I do think that Starks will be the pick for Chicago. However, it all depends.
My 27, I had to go Mount. I mean, he was the best edge at the time. I picked him, but
sure.
I was gonna go.
I don't even know if Ted McMillan's going to be the pick for the Cowboys. I would love to see Ashton Genty drop down to the Cowboys, but we'll see what happens, man. But 2 days away from the draft, we'll find out for sure just how close we were.
Yeah, man. But yeah, that was let me stop the screen real quick. Yeah, but that was a good show, man. Sorry guys for the whole mishap with the first video, but connection, technology. But we here, man. Hopefully, Maz, you can come on for another show.
For sure.
Maybe I'll have my other guy on, Kyle, on. We can all have a conversation, a debate, whatever.
Sure, let me know.
But yeah, man. But thanks for coming on yeah, and if y'all were viewing the channel, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. And like I said, I have the website up. It's active. It's live. We're gonna be posting blogs and articles on there. And then feel free to go to the Beyond the Scoreboard podcast page on Instagram. But like I said, like and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, thanks, Matt, for coming on, man.
Anytime, man. You can find me at Maz and Bads. Instagram, YouTube, whatever. We're going to be doing some more cross promotion here with my man Big J for sure. Got to get you on. So we'll be working it out. You'll be seeing more of me. I appreciate you making me your first pick for the first episode, brother. So
Yeah,
thank you.
man. Of course. Well, all right, man. We'll have a good one, and then yeah, this will conclude the first episode of the first season. All right.